Cool. So, our intrepid adventurers have been given a quest, etc., to go to Australia and figure out what this man who has money for them wants to do. Um, and we have Stray. First off, describe your character, what they are, what they do, what they look like, and we'll go from my left to right.
Okay, so Stray is a human female, mid-20s, probably more late. She late 20s. She has black hair mostly, but the front of it is colored red. She's a magician, cat chaos magician, cat mentored, chaos tradition. She's wearing usually a Sims leather outfit, like Sims leather pants, a short top, and over that on runs will come an armored jacket. She's also has like this belt, which seems not completely out of place, but it doesn't match with anything. And on it are like dangling trinkets. Basically, there's one is like Aztec focused, one looks like a Christian cross. There's somewhere is an I don't know like a Hebrew star, and all of that is basically dangling from it. And yeah, she's a magician, but I believe that's basically it.
Cool. Next up, we have Corsair.
Ah, of course, legend himself. So he is a 2'9" dwarf who is about 50 years old, but because I'm a dwarf, that really doesn't matter. He's got a massive green and gold um tinged brown duster and massive goggles that take up 75% of his face. And on his back, usually there is strapped a machete that is a Ares monosword. Yes, that's what I made.
Cool. Next up, we have Bolt.
Bolt is an average male elf. Doesn't really look especially, yeah, you don't really notice him on the street. He has a little bit too much swagger for what should be realistic for him, as he's just come back from a couple of successful runs in a couple of days, and he's feeling really happy about this. So he has a smile on his face, and he doesn't look that professional at the moment.
Cool. And Magni.
So Magni's an above average height human, about 27 years old. Short brown hair and blue eyes. Wears a leather jacket to kind of just above knee length, and has two cyber arms. He has one gun just tucked inside his jacket, and has another gun inside, well, one of his arms.
Cool.
Which is what's causing the trouble.
Alright, so Stray rolled a bit earlier and got 7 hits on a contact because she's a part of the Jack Point. And she logs in and, enters Jack Point, sees all the weird people, and then sort of floats on over to the Australian section where it gets a bit weirder. And you sort of like soak up some information. So you see a lot of bitching from Australian runners about American runners coming in and taking their jobs. It seems that the climate is the Australian Shadowrunner community is like they're, how do I put this? Pricing the Johnsons out of the market so much so that it's cheaper for them to find a Seattle team and fly them over than hire actual runners on the ground. Paired with the fact that American runner teams often don't know the political, influences of the area, so they can't screw the Johnson over as easy, because they don't know who to give this information to, they don't know who and when to backstab. So it's become a safer bet for international people to come in. This has sparked some hostility from runners, who were trying to get by and seeing all these kind of, but yeah, they're basically sort of scam, and that sparks some hostility. So if you see any Australian shadowrunners, try to blend in, or try to hide the fact that you're not one of them.
Oh, that'll be
Have
easy.
they tried to build a wall to keep the runners out?
Like a giant
Fuck
wall
off, we're
wall
full.
with watchers on top?
I need to make
In
like
black
a.
coats? Oh no, in blue coats?
Oh
A really
god, I
high
need to make
wall
this
to
a
stop the planes.
fucking. I need to make this character that he's an awakened individual specializing in banishing, and he banishes every unlicensed spirit because fuck off, we're full. Fucking excellent.
Ugh. Okay, so that's sort of
Moving
the
on.
information you get from Jackpoint. Were there any other specific sort of topics you wanted to get? Because you got 7 hits, and that's insane.
Legalities like weapon laws, if anything shows up, like, what can I expect if I bring my machine pistol? Will that be confiscated? Is this a fine? Can I open carry it? If that is any information. And also conditions for like surviving there if we go into the wasteland.
So I'm straight up gonna read you some stuff from the 3rd edition Jackpoint book that are based on Australia about this to give it some authenticity. Let me just find the page. Alright, so you see like this post from a guy called Rain Dog, and he's sort of ranting on a bit. He's like, anything with auto fire capacity, even just burst fire, is insanely illegal and attracts attention like flies on honey. Law enforcement types respond to the possibility that the perp is packing out. Packing auto fire with maximum threat, and they apologize to bodies that are to the bodies later. Be warned. And then there's another guy called Marcy who says, it should tell you something that Australian police, government or corporon generally carry revolvers or semi-automatic pistols instead of the hand cannons like Lone Star's Ruger Thunderbolt that you North American types would be used to.
Huh. Okay.
Of course,
And
if guns are banned, that means they just beat the shit out of you with a stick.
And you do get information from a guy called... I gotta zoom in because this is really tiny text. From a guy called Rollnox, who says, pro tip, if you get stopped on the street by an Aussie beat cop, he's less likely to recognize your latest greatest chrome than his UCAS counterpart. But you'd better have a damn good reason for having such gear and permits capable of surviving rigorous expansion, or you'll never get past customs in the first place.
Okay.
So open carry is a no then.
Yeah, open carrying any gun is bad because basically every pistol is illegal. If it's auto fire, that's basically they call the HTR team on you and they stomp you. So don't do that where there are people who could call for help. Survival tips, you get told if you're going out into the bush, bring lots of water and like food, and make sure that you know where you're going, because sometimes you can't get GPS or even wireless signals if you go out too far.
Oh yeah, speaking of, before Corsair leaves, he is going to go and buy 40 liters of water.
And
Making
then
me
get
open
it
up run faster.
confiscated at the plane.
It's $5 for a liter of water.
Yes. Water is sort of... Oh, there's also a drought going on in Melbourne at the moment.
Yeah, so...
Okay,
in addition
yeah,
to the
that
20
was-
liters that I left in my old apartment, oh no, wait, we drank all that, sorry. So yeah, I'm just going to take that. Awesome.
I'll open up Run Faster and tell you guys, do you guys want a bunch of water from Seattle and bring it over, or not really?
Why wouldn't we just fill up on water when we're there so we don't have to transport it with us?
because it's
I'm
fucking
sure-
expensive over there and cheap here.
Yeah, it's cheap here. If you want to buy it from a shop, it's expensive, and there's water rationing, because the drought's been going on for like 5 years now.
Bolt like stashes a crate of
I
water
remember
bottles
that.
into his backpack to sell there for profit.
Yes,
I wouldn't
Stray
try
will.
selling it, for just like straight up to profit, because that could get you like
Actually,
in trouble for water trafficking.
okay, I'm gonna up it to 60 liters because you need. I think it's like 1 liter of water every 6 hours. So 4 hours. 4 hours.
Bro, that's yeah. You're probably not going to need it to survive, but it's always nice to have.
Yeah, well, I'm going into Australia. I'm not like fucking an idiot.
Yeah, Stray will. I will buy. Stray will also buy like 10 liters.
I may as well pick up 10 liters as well.
Cool. I'll just find the prices specifically for you guys and post it. Or Mr. Corsair can do that while I try and find Run Faster.
I found Run Faster, no worries. It's in the back, yeah?
Yeah.
I fucking love this back section.
It's a good section.
Liter bottle of water is 5 million.
Yeah, so if you buy 10 liters, that's 50 million, which isn't actually that much, to be honest.
Yeah, I just went ahead and bought 600. I just went and bought 60 liters of water for 300 million. Because last time we nearly ran out of water. Not happening again.
Cool.
Not.
So, any other stuff you want to get while you're still in America?
Um.
I'm thinking about it. No, Stray is good so far. She doesn't need that much.
Yeah, Bolt just grabbed some water and he's good. He's a little naive still.
So you guys all get your tickets and get on the plane. You're in coach. It's not a great flight. There's a baby probably screaming its head off next to you. But, you know, it's free.
Yeah, Bolt puts his seat back all the way into the passenger behind him, and then asks him like, "Is this okay?" And
So
then when
you slam back into this, like, really rather rotund elfin man, and he starts having a go at you and says, "There is a reason you don't do that. I was eat," and like he's fumbling for words as like he looks at you up and down, and he's fuming. Do you want to do anything to him, or just let him petulantly complain to the waitress about you?
"Excuse me, sir, it seems to have been stuck. I can't get it up again."
I never. And then like he just gives in and like flicks his thing back, and you hear like a woman scream like "Ow!" As he's hit her in the head, and it started like this awful like chain reaction where everyone's just letting down their seats and being a dick on a flight. So business as usual.
Bolt's happy, goes to sleep.
How long is the flight?
How long is a flight usually from Australia to like America to Australia? Like something like 20 hours.
It's 14 direct Sydney to Vancouver.
So it would probably be about like 14, 15-ish.
I would rather
Okay.
say 12 because Seattle it's a bit closer, but not much. So 12, 13 probably, but that's guessing.
We'll say 12 because future technology as well.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so you guys get there. Not too jet lagged, but it's upside down land. Everything's different. It's summer. It's not winter. And yeah,
Fucking A.
first thing you notice when you get off the plane, it's night, but it's one of those really humid and heavy hot nights, and it's just sort of like oppressive, and like the second you walk off the plane, just hit with that wave of heat like you're walking into an oven. Can I have you guys roll me perception?
Visual or just normal?
Visual works, yeah. Your
Yay,
preferred
14 died.
form of perception.
I keep all of
Alright,
them.
now this is the first time that I've actually used Roll20, so give me a second.
Cool. So to roll dice, you go /R, and then number of dice, D6, greater than 5.
That's so it only counts the 5s and aboves for Shadowrun.
Got it. Hey, there we go.
Okay, so you got 5 hits. Cool. So Stray and Magni, you see a dwarf that looks like he's trying a bit too hard to like fit in. He's going around going, mate, mate, and people are kind of looking at him weird but accepting him. That's Corsair, I assume.
Oh, fucking probably, mate. That's when he reaches into his coat and pulls out the goon sack.
Then you see a Bolt. You see a crazy cat lady, or what looks to be like a punk trying to be cool and different. And look at me, I can wear a belt that says coexist. Stray, you see that there's a guy who looks quite bland and reserved and, you know, off, like, away from everyone else.
Yeah, Mr. John Steve Average.
Does Magni have distinctive style?
No.
Would you, would Magni be pretty easily to spot in a crowd of people, though?
Well, he does have 2 cyber arms, so there's that. And they're not
yeah.
cyber arms.
You're probably the most chromed person here by not by much, but you know, you got the big beefy arms. So yeah,
Not by
Bolt and
essence.
Stray, you see like those people. Corsair, you see crazy cat lady. That's about it though.
Oh, fuck.
And same with
Now, the real question is, at a glance, can I tell if Stray is a mage?
no.
Not really. She has just like this plethora of stuff hanging from her belt, but that's about it.
Okay. Sleep soundly tonight, as much as you can sleep soundly with Azomnia.
Cool. Speaking of which, can I have you roll insomnia for me, in case you get jet lag?
Body plus will, yeah?
I believe that's a roll, yeah.
Fuck, I'm edging that shit.
Ooh, first edge, yay.
I recently upped his edge. Actually, no, that was Discord's edge. He's soon. Oh,
Right, you do not have jet lag, so you're not tired. Yeah, and you all guys got a message telling you to go to, I believe it was like,
do you want me to check it?
yeah, it was 736A at the Crown Hotel.
Something like that.
something along those lines. Like 7th floor was the main part.
The crown, classy.
Ah, yeah, 728B.
Did Goonie have to make a roll to smuggle my sporting rifle and my pistol and my sword in? And
I'm just going to hand wave that. Alright, just so everyone has like an idea of what the place looks like. That's what the Crown Casino / hotel looks like. So, yeah. You guys can actually just take some quick public transport or even walk over there if you need to. No big fuss. Is there anything you guys want to do when you get off the plane? Anyone you want to talk to? Any contacts you want to meet up with? Ah, yes. Magni, before you go to the meet, you get told where this meat hook resides. And you go into this like skeezy looking alleyway, and it's like a busy night. It's only like 11 p.m. and there are people bustling around, and you go to like this alleyway behind like a Vietnamese like restaurant, and there's a door there, and you were given the instructions to knock 3 times, then wait for 1 second, and then knock twice.
I do precisely as told.
Cool. So,
So
like, a shutter comes open and you see 2, like, beady eyes looking out from there and says, "You the guy?"
I'm the guy.
Alright,
I
good.
wave my hand. I think that's the one that's in.
And you hear, like, 15 different locks being undone as this guy opens it. And he's wearing this greasy apron covered with what you hope is animal blood. His face is grimy. He's wearing like sunglasses at night, which he took off to say hi to you. He's got shaggy brown hair, and he's wearing these comically oversized red gloves. And as you walk into this room, you feel quite nice actually, because it's like a cool room. So it's actually around 6 degrees Celsius, much nicer than the oppressive heat outside. And he says, "Come into the back, I'll clean up before we start this." So, what you in for today?
You've got to put something back in here, and I'll wave my hand and yeah.
Ah, yeah,
my
concealed
hand.
pistol. Very nice work, very nice. You got your ceramics in there. Only thing is, yeah, them cyberware scanners just go straight through you. So, have a seat, and like he walks you into the back room of this cool room, and it opens up to this really pristine, sort of clinical area where there's like a nice seat that looks like, you know, that green you see in hospital, which is vaguely like pukish looking green.
Like the is it? Are you talking like the green of the scrubs, the clothes they wear, or
Yeah, like the clothes they wear, but color on this looks quite vintage. It's either like a dentist chair or some sort of surgery chair. At least it's better than a slab. But this place looks extremely
I'm-
hygienic.
compared to his outward appearance? I'm just glad that he doesn't actually have to open me up, just my arm.
Yeah, he actually walks back in a hazmat suit, completely cleared, and his gloves, he's taken them off, and now they're actually his hands. And he pulls out this massive bag of tools that just kind of like jangles, because he's working with cyberware. And like he pulls out some screwdrivers and says, "Hold your arm out real quick." And fiddles with some screws, pops out a couple casings, and slowly and like expertly starts to put the gun back together in you, and puts it back there, gives you a nice oil, gives you a touch-up, checks your response times, and you're good to go. And this takes like less than 20 minutes all up.
Ah, thank you.
He nods and says, "Don't worry about the bill. Mr. Johnson is covering it." Now,
I'm
you
sure
get
she's
on,
paying exactly what you're worth.
He kind of nods and says, "Hope so."
If that's it, I'll take my leave.
Yeah. So as you leave, you feel a lot more comfortable as you now feel more complete, and you feel the security of having a pistol in your arm much safer. Just for ease of everyone, I'm assuming that you probably met up with Corsair beforehand, and he has a contact which could help you smuggle stuff in. So when you want to
Baguni,
grab all
he's
your
the
illegal
fucking legend.
contraband, yeah, when you want to grab your illegal contraband, just head over to the docks and you can grab it.
Yeah, Stray will do that, and on the way there, she will have like on the dock, she will like walk to this smuggler or something, breathe in deep, and breathe out, and then I want to summon Spirit of Air.
Certainly.
I tell you, I'm not coming to the dock.
So yeah, let's do it for 6, just in case.
You know, I think you have this one. Yeah, you get it.
Okay, so this will have the Noxious Breath, the Critter Power Noxious Breath, and the Psychokinesis Critter Power.
Cool. So, what does it look like? Like a floaty air kitty?
Hang on, I got a picture for this. There, because it's for 6, it's a bit bigger. And I get 5 fits, yeah, nice.
How long do like non-bound sticks last for though? Till the next day.
Pardon?
Yeah, they only last till sundown or sunrise, but hey,
Yeah, it's currently
I'll
like
have it.
11, so sunrise is fair way off.
So that's 2 drain, right? Because summoning still takes drain.
Yes. Minimum drain. Itchy up.
I'm good.
Did anyone else just get that as RoboBob?
Oh, I got Roller Bob.
Oh yeah, Bob's internet is ass. And he
Yeah,
drops occasionally.
Dingo's
Dingonet, my
chewing
friends.
on my internet cable.
Ah, after taking your baby, got it.
Yeah. Alright, so you guys will head over to the place. You can stop off and grab your contraband on the way there, so you're armed and ready to go, and all that kind of jazz. And yeah, you walk into the lobby, and who wants to ask about the room? Because you'll need a key.
Well, Stray will move to the reception and ask for the room key because a friend is meeting her there. Like a friend is waiting and she wants the key because a friend is waiting. A friend set her
Cool.
up like that.
So you see this receptionist. Roll me perception. Visual. Because this receptionist looks a bit weird to you.
How weird?
Was that your 14 dice just then?
Yep. I shouldn't have labeled them.
Okay,
but yeah,
she's not technically a person. Or she's
Drone.
got a lot of synthetic cyberware. But
Drone, she's a Shiwazi idol.
probably, if you know anything about drones, you know that the Shiawazi idol is this hot new thing coming straight out of Japan and spreading all over the place, but sort of like new. But she's kind of weird, uncanny valley. Like her eyes don't blink correctly, but she looks up at
okay,
you
yeah.
and says, "Ah, yes, a Mr. Johnson said that he would be expecting friends. Here, let me get that for you." Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep. And she pulls out like a key and says, "Have a nice day."
Thank you, and Stray will then head for the elevator up to the room.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go get me water, and I'm gonna dump it in my medium lifestyle. Fuck, I have to pay that off once, don't I? Anyway, and then I'm going to head up to the hotel because fucking go cunt. Let's do this.
Your medium lifestyle is in this hotel.
Oh shit, it
Mm,
is,
follow.
isn't it? Okay, well, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna walk up to the receptionist. I'm like, hey. I'm meeting a guy named like Jono, in this joint, and he's in room 738, I think it was.
The receptionist blinks twice and says, "Oh, I've already allotted the and meeting this."
You're cutting out here, bruv.
Okay. Has it stabilized at the moment?
Yes.
Okay. Well, just assume that the drone went all weird at the same time because your Australianism was too much for its basic linguasoft, and then just tells you to report to room.
Alrighty then. Thanks. Mildly odd-looking chick. And then I walk away.
Yeah, you guys don't need to talk to her. You've got the key. So you go up the elevator.
Follow
You
the
hear
cat
that
lady.
basically, yeah, as four Shadowrunners walk into the elevator. All right, you're in private for the first time. Give me some roleplay.
Is this the awkward elevator scene where we all stand around
Yeah.
and look at each other?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
fuck are
Basically,
you?
you're all sort of in an elevator with four strangers, three strangers you don't know, and you're all criminals. And this really music is starting to play.
So how about that right in?
So you guys ready to get weird? He learned that once from an Australian chick, that Australians say that.
You fucking what, mate?
Gemma, our life is weird.
Okay, this should be fun.
Son,
Paul's
literally
getting
2 months
excited.
ago, I was driving through a shitstorm.
You
Like-
what?
Like a magical shitstorm?
No. It was like full on mana storm. It was crazy, man.
Oh, is that common?
Fucking here it is.
I hear there's an entire city involved in one. Haven't seen it, but
And-
it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, Sydney, mate. Don't go up there. Been like
Elevator
one night
has
on the
arrived.
streets.
So
So
we
the door's
awkwardly
open.
scuttle out, like trying to pass each other.
Yeah, and there's like a couple civilians just kind of waiting there. So all this like talk of criminal activity and oh yeah, I drove through a manistorm just kind of cuts off as there's like an awkward moment as they look at you, you look at them. They don't know that you're, not, how do I put this? Citizens.
And then that's when the episode ends.
It's okay, guys.
You,
Where the
you
hell?
enter the So the door you have to open up is like locked. That is easily,
I just
Open.
slide the key and open the door.
Yeah, they're going for a retro look. They're actual keys instead of key cards. So, you really feel as if you're opening the door. It's, more haptic interfaces and corporate buzzwords. So, yeah, you enter the building, like the room, and it's a bare bones hotel room. Looks like nothing has been changed, and sitting on the bed is a rather bland gentleman. He's Caucasian with dark hair, a dark suit, and a dark tie with white shirt. Looks business to the gills. He's got mirror shades on because, of course, he does. And he looks up at you and says, "Thank you for coming. Let's get straight to business." And he
yeah,
hands you a
fucking-
dossier, which I will
Fucking-
copy paste into the chat.
You actually wrote it up. Ah, this is where all the planning time went.
The fuck?
Unicorns.
Yes, but we'll get to that.
So we're going to drive to the middle of nowhere.
That Mana Storm city wouldn't be that wouldn't be Melbourne, right?
No, that's Sydney, like our character. But in character, my employer requires an asset reclaimed. It breached captivity a few weeks ago and has fled into the wilderness. Your
It's a
task
unicorn.
is to reclaim this asset. Its last
You
known
want-
location was approximately 220 kilometers north of Melbourne, in the former township of Echuca. No, Echuca.
You want me to hunt Sigma?
Oh! No. This is an actual unicorn, not a criminal who is an anime star. You see him, like, try to hide his inner geek out, but he looks like he knows who Sigma is really well. He's trying his hardest to hide that. The place is almost a ghost town, however, it is one of your best lead. Turning to page 2 of your dossier, you will see that, yes, the last 2 photographs are of the asset, and it is in fact what is colloquially known as a unicorn. However, please call it the asset for maximum security purposes. One was the first image you see was taken before it had fled, and the other has been taken by a long-range drone camera. Unfortunately, that drone was shot down by a band of marauders, and we have been unable to retrieve it. The asset is, as you can see, pure white, with a coloration on its nose, and this is how you identify it amongst any other animals of its ilk. The asset must be retrieved relatively alive and healthy. I recommend using a tranquilizing agent, as it will not harm the asset in any significant way that a bullet may. When you have retrieved it, please transport it safely to the town of Bendigo post-haste. There you will be greeted by our mutual associates and rewarded. Do you have any questions?
First off, how much?
Well, for just the unicorn, I'm willing to give 10,000 nuyen each. However, if you are able to retrieve the unicorn with exceptional speed, I'm willing to bump that number up to 12 grand and a little extra. If you bring the asset back to me dead, you're only getting 5 grand each. If you bring just the horn, that's 2 grand each. Now, if you somehow find the drone that was shot down, I'll add in an extra 1,500 nuyen to all of yours.
Can't have somebody finding the drone and gutting out its memory, yeah?
Yes, there are certain confidential information there that, well, we don't want anyone poking around in there. And that goes for you too. Just bring us the shell back and everything will be fine.
Do you know who's after the unicorn? Do you have any enemies? Who will we be going up against, so to speak?
We do not believe that there are any other, how do I put this? Any other, I wouldn't call them enemies, but competition after the unicorn. I mean the asset, he says, as he just realizes he's blotted that out.
Well, that just sounds silly.
I mean, you keep calling it an ass when it's clearly a horse.
Excellent.
The point you've marked on the map, is that the last known location of the drone, or just a general area?
So the point marked on the map, Echuca, is the last time the unicorn was seen, and there might be. It's your best lead, basically. That's the
How did it,
Johnsons' part of the legwork.
how did it even get out? I mean, it's a horse.
An ass.
We are unaware of how it escaped captivity.
Did it have horse friends on the outside? You know, full on like smuggling a cake with a hacksaw in it, or like,
It was a horse great escape. Underground
or did it
Railroad
like
and everything.
fly over because it grew wings?
I think it was a rainbow, and he just walked over the fence.
Oh yeah.
The Johnson just looks
sorry.
stone-faced at you guys and says, We do not know how the unicorn escaped from. I mean, the asset escaped from captivity. It is irrelevant to the mission. He seems
No,
like
I think
a
it
very
is pretty
boring,
relevant.
stick up the ass kind of guy.
No, I think it is relevant. If this thing can walk through walls and we don't know about it, how are we going to get back? How are we going to get it back to you?
It is not a greater unicorn, however, it is still quite adept at magical powers. However, it is unable to walk through walls or provide anything
Wait.
unusual.
Greater unicorns can walk through walls.
No, greater unicorns merely are a different species of unicorn. This is none of your concern as you are hunting a regular unicorn.
Alrighty then, so this one can fly, I take it.
No, unicorns do not have wings, as is clearly shown in Exhibit C and D on your dossier.
Yeah, but what if it, like, flies like, man. Oh, fucking... Oh, I don't know. What's that shitty TV show? Ah, I don't know. Yeah, like fly without wings. Maybe he puts on a cape and he can fly.
Bolt
This is not a
explains it, and
cartoon.
he says, like, you also don't have wings, but when we throw you out of the window, you can also fly.
You know, yeah, but like, Sigma wasn't a cartoon.
Johnson just kind of blinks and says, the unicorn cannot fly. It is a normal, average unicorn.
Alrighty then. What time frame are we looking here?
I want it back
Time.
as soon as possible. If you can get it back to me faster, you will get a higher bonus payment. If you take your time and dawdle, well, I may deduct payment.
Fair enough.
It is all depending on how swift or how slow you are.
I'd just like to
And,
inform you that my
when you
going
say-
rate for a book is 35,000, so a unicorn is probably going to be a little higher than you mentioned.
So, out of character, 3 weeks is the time frame you have. After the 3rd week, he will start deducting your pay by 1,000 Nugen each day. In total, though, not from like every single runner. So, at the base price for the unicorn, it's 40 grand in total. It would go down to 39, and then 38, 37. Then you divide that by 4 ways.
So in other words, we've got a little over 20 days past the due date before it becomes financially viable to just kill it and bring back the corpse.
Okay. Next question. When you say knock it unconscious, you reckon that stick and shock rounds will be fine? Like, does it have to be injection?
It doesn't have to be injection. That was merely a suggestion. Stick and shock should work fine.
Alrighty
I've
then.
got
So
stick and
Neurostun should work fine as well.
Half of my shtick is stick and shock, which is nice.
Can you describe the general behavior? Will it be aggressive to us if we were to approach it, or will it comply if we tried?
Unicorns tend to be very reluctant to interact with meta-humanity. If you approach it, it will either try to flee, but if it cannot flee, it will attack.
Sniper rifle it is.
I must warn you that its horn is deceptively longer than it appears. Those images were significantly out of date. In the wild, a unicorn's horn can grow up to 1 meter in length, while in captivity, their lifespan is significantly reduced, as well as the size of their horn.
Is there any reason for that?
I'm bullshitting out of character. I couldn't find any pictures of a longhorn unicorn.
Fair enough. Okay, now how hard would it be to get my hands on a shock battering ram?
Probably very.
Fair enough. But that 22p stun electric damage.
That has seen amounts of shock damage, but yeah. Any other questions or negotiation you guys want to make with this Johnson?
Yeah, Bolts just want to iterate that he got paid 35,000 million to get a book, so his going rate for unicorns should be a little higher than he mentioned, and that shitty negotiation role is gonna be right here. So that's all we got, I think.
Do you want to spend edge on your negotiation test?
Reroll 4 dice. Yeah, I will.
How much do you have? Because if you've got more than 4 edge, you can just push the limit.
No, I have
But
three.
yeah, just reroll then. Cool. So you've got 1 net hit on the Johnson, and he'll sort of lean back, stroke his chin. Looks like he's doing some numbers in his head, and he gives you 3 choice. So you got 1 net hit. If you bring the unicorn back with speed, he will get you extra money by 500 million. And if you just bring the unicorn, like the base price will go up by another 500 million. So in total, it goes to...
Can we get some up front to buy water?
He hands you a card, which is basically a water ration key card. You go up to any like public drinking fountain, put that in, and you can fill up a water bottle. But like enough to sustain yourself on, but not enough to like shower with. I mean, he hands this all out to each of you, and basically tells you what it does.
I have 60 liters of water sitting back home. I'm right.
I mean, if you don't want it, take it.
No. This is my card. Oh.
Yeah, that card is valid for 1 month. Then you gotta get it reassigned and go through bureaucracy and, you know, all that kind of stuff that rich people can just, you know, wave through.
Maybe some Nuyen up front as well would be handy.
The million is currently in a bank account to which he pulls up like a holograph in the middle of the room in ImageLink, so you can all see it, and shows you that the money is actually being held in a Pacarim bank account. No identifying features, but he confirms that it is there, and he enters in specific criteria to the third party so that you both agree to it. When the unicorn changes hands, and the second it changes hands, the money will be transferred.
Awesome, you're a legend, mate. I'll see you in whenever.
Just quickly, before we go, transporting this creature, we don't have a tractor trailer. Do you have something we could transport it in?
I brought
You
my
can
van,
ride
mate.
it, right? No
Oh, you brought a
problem,
van?
man.
Okay.
Just jump on
yeah,
the
if-
back, easy.
Okay, if Jack brought his van, then you can have Jack's van brought over, but if not, he can provide you with one GMC Bulldog. However, if you get it damaged, you will have to pay the deposit and like the repair fees.
I'm happy to go with the van.
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah, I'm fine with like the bulldog or something.
So he gives you the keys to the Bulldog downstairs. Gal, do you want to use his or do you want to bring yours over?
Oh, I'll bring mine over. I'll bring mine over anyway, just in case. Just in case. Just.
Cool. So you
Besides,
now have
mine
two
has a
vans.
smuggling compartment. Mine has a smuggling compartment just in case.
So you have two vans. Yeah, you can also rent bikes. He won't be able to rent you the bikes, but you can do that or get some vehicles other ways. But if there's nothing else, gentlemen, he then stands up.
That would be it.
Thank you.
See you soon.
When you approach Bendigo, call this number, and he like basically sends you a text message, and it pops up in your image link of just a random com code. That'll alert our associates to come and pick up the assets. Good hunting. And he basically just walks out.
Stray give him like the mock salute and then close the door after him.
As he like leaves the door and says, "Oh, and this hotel room is good for a week for you. If you need to plan anything or a place to dwell, feel free to take advantage of this."
No, I'm not that joke.
So, what do you guys want to get from room service?
I'm good,
I mean,
thanks.
there's the obvious trope of blow.
Well, a good steak and 2 cheap prostitutes are worth the same amount, so I'm thinking the steak.
I mean, you could go for a cheap steak and 1 cheap prostitute.
Yeah, but then you're just cutting jib. Cheap steak is not as good as good steak.
Right, we'll take a 5-minute break for me to get water and you guys to start formulating a plan.
I should
Alright.
quickly
Room
grab
service.
water.